think we know exactly what happened. And I think there is something really shocking behind this, that the three people charged, I'm just going to give my personal opinion, are patsy. They are an excuse to cover up the real offender in this case.
It's just in. A new report from TMZ claims that security camera footage at the hotel proves that Liam Payne was trying to escape his room.
Oh my gosh. The story about Liam's passing just took an absolutely heartbreaking twist that's leaving everyone absolutely stunned. New information reveals that he tried to escape from hotel room. I can't even process this. Fresh CCTV footage has come to light showing that Liam was actually conscious when they took him to his room. And then, this is where it gets devastating. He tried to escape just minutes later. And here's the thing that's making everyone's blood run cold. Those three guys the police arrested during their investigation into Liam's death, they were allegedly trying to cover up for the hotel. I'm literally shaking as I tell you this because this story is so wild and disturbing that it's leaving people absolutely shocked. So stick with me as we dive into these allegations about the police supposedly trying to cover up what really happened to Liam Payne.
I want to give you an opinion based on us spending a lot of time in Argentina recently. I think the police investigation, the prosecutorial investigation into Liam Payne's death, they were looking for scapegoats. And the three people they're saying who are responsible for his death, I'm not buying it. The hotel, I believe.
Just when we thought we had some closure about what happened to Liam, these new details are coming out that are absolutely mind-blowing. Like we've heard every possible theory under the sun. First, everyone thought he jumped from balcony. Then people were saying he was pushed. But honey, none of that was actually what happened. TMZ just dropped this absolutely explosive article that's got everyone's jaws on the floor. And if what their source is saying is true, oh my God, we're looking at a massive cover-up. Listen to this. We all knew that on that terrible day, Liam was acting really strange. He was so out of it that he was erratic and even smashed his laptop while he was in the hotel lobby. Things were so bad that they literally had to carry him back to his room. But once he got there, Reuters is saying that according to someone who worked at the hotel, when he was conscious, he was destroying the entire room. It got so intense that they had to call the police, telling them there was an aggressive man who possibly could have been under the effects of drugs and alcohol.
Good morning. I'm calling from Hotel Casa Sur Palermo, Costa Rica 6032.
What is happening, sir?
We have a guest drunk on drugs and alcohol. When he's conscious, he's breaking everything in the room.
You said alcohol and drugs.
That's correct.
But wait, because TMZ is spilling even more tea that wasn't initially reported. Apparently, Liam had this intense thing about being locked up in hotel rooms. It all stems from his One Direction days that seriously messed with his head.
From day one, lonely hotel rooms, man. Getting locked in that room is not fun.
Having moments of suicidal ideation and...
I mean, there's some stuff that I've definitely never spoken about. But it feels to me like when we were in the band, the best way to secure us because of how big it got was just lock us in our rooms. And of course, what's in the room? Minibar. So at a certain point, I thought, well, I'm going to have a party for one. And that just seemed to carry on throughout many years of my life. And then you look back, how long you've been drinking and stuff, where you're like, Jesus Christ, that's a long time. Even for someone who's, you know.
And this next part is absolutely heartbreaking. Liam would desperately try to escape whenever he felt trapped. Just this past September, something really scary went down in Florida. His bodyguard was so worried that Liam was on a drug binge that he tried to keep him safe by making him stay in his room at this house he was renting. But you won't believe what Liam did. He actually escaped from the balcony using a garden hose to climb down. And now we're finding out he tried to do something similar in Argentina, and I'm getting chills just thinking about it. So here's what the new CCTV footage from the Casa Sur Palermo Hotel in Buenos Aires shows. And trust me, this is absolutely devastating. After that whole scene in the lobby that we already knew about, 3 hotel workers had to literally carry Liam back to his room. TMZ saw the footage, and even though Liam seemed under the influence, he was definitely conscious. They could see him holding his head up while being carried. They had to blur his face in the screenshots they released, probably because they learned their lesson after getting absolutely dragged for sharing those awful photos after he passed. But it gets even more intense. When they got to Liam's room, there was this whole struggle in the hallway because he was fighting so hard not to go inside. The hotel workers somehow managed to get the door open and get him in, but get this, they actually had to remove a mirror from the wall right outside his room because they were afraid he might damage it. That's when one of the employees made that crucial 911 call. And the reason for that call? It's absolutely chilling. Liam was making it crystal clear he didn't want to be locked in there, and he might have even told them straight up that he'd use the balcony to escape. The employee was absolutely terrified when they called 911, saying, "I don't know whether his life may be in danger. He is in a room with a balcony, and well, we're a little afraid." My heart literally breaks thinking about what happened next. The next part of this story just breaks my heart into a million pieces. After they left Liam alone in that room, he immediately tried to make his escape through the balcony. He grabbed his bag and a cap, and here's something really telling. He didn't even have that cap when the employees brought him up, but they found it on him after the fall. What they think happened is that Liam was trying to get from his third-floor room down to the second floor, planning to make what he thought would be a manageable jump to the ground from there. And you know what makes this theory even more compelling? 2 days after this tragedy, a hotel employee made this shocking discovery in the second-floor room right below Liam's. They found a brown leather bag just sitting there on the balcony. Inside that bag, oh my God, you guys, there was a note marked "For Liam," along with various pills and a bottle of Jack Daniels. The police report confirmed it was Liam's bag, and they think he dropped it down to that second-floor balcony before trying to make that fatal descent himself. Now, here's where things get really suspicious. The coroner's report claimed Liam was unconscious when he fell, but that just doesn't add up. How could he have been unconscious when he clearly had the presence of mind to gather his things and plan this escape? And according to this source TMZ talked to, someone who knows exactly what went down, the Argentinian police are allegedly trying to cover up for the hotel. Why? Because the hotel management knew they messed up big time. Instead of caring about Liam's well-being, they were more worried about him causing a scene in their precious lobby. And get this, the police allegedly tried to pin everything on Liam's friend, a hotel employee, and a waiter, just to take the heat off the hotel. I mean, can you believe the nerve? But wait, because this whole investigation gets even more bizarre. There's this Argentinian reporter, Paula Varela, who dropped another bombshell. Apparently, Liam's fall was caught on CCTV and the police are sitting on that footage. Paula claims it looks like Liam fainted before he fell, but the police are keeping all these crucial details under wraps. And there's more. Paula dropped another shocking detail about a night worker at the hotel who had apparently gotten really close to Liam. This employee is now under investigation because they broke a direct order from the hotel. They were specifically told not to take anything to Liam's room, but they did it anyway. Paula's exact words sent chills down my spine. It's not that Liam jumped deliberately. This footage is in the official case files. There's a lad who's being investigated. He struck up an excellent relationship with Liam. He disobeyed an order not to take anything into Liam's room. Apparently, this worker, who was supposedly really well liked at the hotel, ordered a car through one of those rideshare apps because Liam wanted something. Paula emphasized that this was a massive error because he's being investigated and they're seeing what was transferred in that vehicle. Now, this poor worker has been suspended, even though they were described as a cherished member of staff and a good worker. And just when you think this couldn't get any more suspicious, the police started conducting these dramatic raids. They went after several people of interest, including Liam's friend, but here's the kicker. When they showed up at his friend's house, he was nowhere to be found. They also raided 2 hotel employees' homes, and while they didn't rough anyone up, TMZ is saying the police are getting ready to make arrests. But the raids didn't stop there. The police stormed the Buenos Aires hotel too, supposedly to check laptops, CCTV footage, and paperwork related to that tragic night. But guess what? They ended up taking everything they looked at.
Liam Payne's death investigation and all new raids. The police are still trying to find the people who provided him the drugs, and they went back to the hotel where he died, conducted 2 raids there, and actually went through lockers of 2 employees who they clearly feel or know had some contact with Liam. They also mentioned a friend. That's all they described this person as a friend. They went to that friend's home, obviously in the Buenos Aires area, trying to find the person. They did not find the friend, they said. So whatever that person's connection is to this, they're still out there, and the police are trying to find that person. And the hotel employees is a whole other thing. And we know that the police looked at some surveillance video, but we don't know exactly what role.
Now, this next part is absolutely wild. Allegedly, a cleaner and another staff member were sneaking substances into Liam's room in a Dove soap box of all things. And then there's this whole other layer involving two women from this website called Gindos, which, by the way, is this notorious Argentinian site where women offer companionship. When the police questioned these women, they claimed they only spent a little time with Liam, had some drinks, and left because of payment issues. They completely denied doing any drugs with him. Then there's Brian, this waiter who's been caught up in all of this drama. He came forward to deny supplying Liam with drugs, but, and this is a big but, he admitted they did drugs together. His exact words were, "We took drugs together, but I never took drugs to him or accepted any money. I have messages where he's offering me money because he was apparently used to offering money for everything, but I never accepted anything." Instead of money, Brian claims Liam gave him clothes as a memento of their time together. Y'all, I am literally shaking trying to process all of this. These shocking revelations about what allegedly happened that night are leaving fans, and I'm sure Liam's poor family, with so many unanswered questions. What do you guys think really went down? How did everything spiral so terribly out of control? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and stay tuned because you know the police are going to have to address all these wild accusations eventually. This story is far from over, and I'll be here to keep you updated on every single development. God, my heart just breaks for Liam and everyone who loved him. This is such a tragic reminder that fame isn't always what it seems, and sometimes the brightest stars are fighting the darkest battles.